Welcome back. I'm Jessica Barbier, and this is the Cox Community Connection. We have a very fun and unique segment for you today. To talk to us about the California Celtic Classic, I would like to introduce you to Francis Brebner. He's the president of the International Highland Games Federation, as well as Stephen Ullman, the 2012 Beach City's Strongest Man. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Glad to have you. To give our viewers a little better idea of the Highland Games, we're going to show this quick clip that you put together.
Good.
Welcome to Dana Point in beautiful Southern California, home of the California Celtic Classic World Highland Games and Festival, and host of the IHGF World Highland Games Professional Championships, where 12 of the world's top-ranking athletes will be competing over 2 days and 8 events, where one athlete will be crowned world champion. You don't want to miss this.
Looks exciting.
Yeah, it is.
So how long have these games been in existence, and what's unique about them?
Well, the history of the Highland Games could be traced back to the Celtic Games in Ireland, which dates back an amazing 1500 BC. There wasn't all the events that we see today at the traditional Highland Games. That's where the roots started. Back then, it was recorded that the first thing that they ever threw was a chariot wheel. For there, the Irish made their way to Scotland. For there, sporting events flourished to the games we see today, you know. Very unique indeed, and they're done all over the world, and it's more popular now than ever when new countries, especially in the Baltic states, adopting the sport, the Highland Games.
And for the first time ever in Dana Point, they'll be held this year in August on the 24th and the 25th. What can spectators expect at this event?
Well, they're going to see a multitude of events where that Scottish traditional authentic feel, you know, sheepdog trails, we've got mass pipe bands, we've got the Highland dancing, we've got battle reenactments, we've got the strongman as well as the Highland Games, and this man comes in.
Yeah, what did it entail to be the 2012 Strongest Man?
That was actually my first strongman competition.
Wow.
I've always watched it growing up and everything, and I've always been a bigger kid and stronger than most, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
First time and you win. And what's your involvement with the Highland Games?
I've been watching the Highland Games since 1998, since I was 8 years old. My dad first started doing it, then I started doing it when I was 12. So this is coming up on my 11th year competing.
And what kind of events will be taking place during the weekend of the 24th and 25th?
Well, we're going to see, obviously, the world's best coming to compete for that title. The IHGF World Highland Games Championships. They're going to be putting stones, they're going to be throwing weights, they're going to be throwing hammers, weight over the barn, and the most spectacle of them all, the caber toss, which is a signature event in Highland Games. In addition, we've got the strongman, and they're going to be lifting stones, they're going to be pulling trucks, they're going to be pressing dumbbells. It's just going to be fantastic. You know, and just getting back to all the events again, here's anybody who's got a connection with Scotland could come and trace their roots. We're going to have the clans there, the clan booths, so it's really going to be enjoyable for anybody who's got the connection with Scotland, and anybody, you know, just coming to experience it firsthand. It's going to be fantastic.
And what attracted the two of you to the games?
Well, me, I wanted to compete in a sport from an early age. I competed in a few different sports before I found Highland Games. I did the bodybuilding, I did strongman, I did arm wrestling, I did powerlifting, and then I finally found Highland Games, and I knew it was a sport for me. Once it's in your blood, it just doesn't go out. That's 10 years I've been retired, but I'm still involved with the sport, promoting Highland Games all around the world, doing IHGF World Championships event, amateur and professional.
And well, for me, my dad started doing it, and I always wanted to be just like my dad. So naturally, I picked it up and found out that I was, almost as good as him. I'm still a little bit behind where he was, but hopefully in a couple of years, I'll be right where he was.
Footsteps. I like that. And we were talking about, obviously, you need the strength, but also a lot of its technique. What kind of training is involved to prepare for this type of competition?
Well, obviously, you could be strong, but without the technique, you're not going to get a distance in any of the throwing disciplines. But once you've got the two, you've got the technique in the events, and you've got the strength, and then that's when you're going to get records and world records. And that's what I believe we're going to see here in Dana Point on the 24th, 25th. We're going to potentially see some world records being established here in Dana Point.
And the weekend events will premiere here for the first time ever on Cox Channel 3.
Yep.
And we're really excited to have this as part of our programming. So thank you so much for being here, and we're excited to premiere it. If people wanted to learn more and they want to get tickets or go, where can they go to learn more
They
about
can
this?
go to www.calcelticclassic.com. www.calcelticclassic.com, and everything's on there, tickets, and they could see everything about the events and all the other traditional events that's gone on throughout the weekend.
And will you be out there?
It'll be my first amateur national championship.
Oh, great. So we'll be cheering you on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
On behalf of our guest and everyone at Cox Communications, thanks for watching our program. To learn more about Cox 3, please visit us at www.cox3.com and www.coxcares.org. Thank you.